That's my musical intro. Hey, everybody. I'm Andy Taylor with Tech Talk Radio. Thank you for checking out the page. We're going to talk with Scott Sands coming up, WSPD in Toledo. We're going to talk about CES, the big show going on in Las Vegas, and talk to Slick, who finally made it there to CES. I can't wait to hear his story. What happened with Slick is I heard he was leaving at 3 in the morning. They left at 4 in the morning, and somehow they ended up in California. I have no idea how the hell Slick ended up in California. The only thing I can think of is when they got to the turnoff for Laughlin, they just went and just kind of went off that way. And when they finally realized, hey, we're in Needles, California, turned around. So I'm hoping that's the case, because if it isn't the case, that means they took the 10 all the way to Blythe and then went around. That'd be a long trip. Anyway, we're gonna talk with Scott about some of the cool stuff, and I have to tell you, I am, and I'm not just saying this, I am freaking amazed at some of this stuff that they're showing at the Consumer Electronics Show this year. I mean, last year was drones, it was virtual reality cameras, and it was okay, it was cool. I know there was stuff I missed. There's no way you could see it. It's 40 football fields. 40 football fields of just stuff. And this is their 50th anniversary, and it's kind of different too, because they had a keynote speaker from Carnival Cruise Lines, of all things. And then you're thinking, wow, how's Carnival is getting smart, which a lot of companies are going to be doing, and it's to our benefit that they're doing this. Carnival's introducing this new thing called the Medallion, and what it is when you're on board the ship, you know, you can go to the bar and order a drink, and you can order food. Well, say you order food. I'll probably talk about this with Scott, and they see that you like a certain type of food. It's one thing. If you've never been on a cruise line and done a buffet, you're missing out. But say you order the food and you enjoy it, they will know what you like. I remember I did a cruise on Norwegian Cruise Lines once, and I'm a big fan of escargot, the snail. Yum. I do love it. And, you know, they hooked me up. I mean, you know, it was like that scene in the movie Defending Your Life where they go into the Italian restaurant. I give you lots of pasta. They loaded me up with snails. I don't know where they got the snails from. I didn't care. I was eating everybody's snails that didn't want them. And they would and that's what they're going to be able to do now on these cruise lines. They'll know on Carnival Cruise, they'll know what your habits are, what you like, where you like to go, what kind of music you enjoy. I mean, that's what they're going to be able to pick up off of this. Some say, well, it's an invasion of my privacy, but you're paying for service. You go on a cruise. You're not going so you can go on a boat ride. You're going to be dined and wined and served. So why not get to it? And that's what the Carnival experience is going to be all about. So that's why they had him. I thought it was weird when I first heard it. I thought, why do they have a guy from Carnival Cruise Lines going to be doing the keynote? But that's why. Lots of stuff in tech. I don't know if I want to say some of this so you can hear it while we're on WSPD. If you're in Toledo, you could tune into the radio. If you're here in Tucson, where we're at, Slick is in Las Vegas. Justin, have a big round of applause for Justin. Give him some hearts, please. Give him some hearts. Justin and his wife, Misa, had a little baby boy, Eric. So welcome to the world. So Justin's not going to be on the show this week, which will air tomorrow. And we missed him. I tried to get him to call in. So I wanted to hear from him. So what did you think? He was there. Because, you know, you always talk to a first-time dad about them being in the birthing room. It's quite a thrill. But anyway, congratulations to him. So he's picking up the rope, which is probably good because I've been sick all week, which, you know, I would have infected everybody at CES. Everybody would have gone home coughing, and they would have said it's Andy Taylor from Tech Talk Radio. He's the guy. He caused it all. But let me tell you this much. I'm going to tell you about something when we talk with Scott. I'm going to tell you about something that's going to make you want to save your pennies. Okay? You're going to want to start putting money in the piggy bank because you're going to be able to buy it this year. Matter of fact, March. I want one already. I know I can't afford it, But if I get that second on the house, maybe. Seriously, I want one of these. And I'll tell you about that. Because I'll mention that you want to start saving your pennies. Because there's no price yet listed, but apparently it's going to be, I'll tell you this much. It's between you and me. It's going to be about 10 grand. That's to start. Just to start. Okay. So we're going to let, there they go. There they are. Let's talk to them. It's Andy Taylor with Tech Talk Radio.
Hey, Andy, Dan again with the Scott Sand Show.
Hey, Dan, you're on the air. How are you, sir?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
All set to bring Scott into this?
Yeah, let's talk to Scott. It's been a while.
Alrighty. Perfect. And we're just getting back from break. So
okay.
Yeah, get you right in here.
Sounds good.
Thanks.
WSPD.
That's how they do it.
5:35. I am Scott Sands. Thanks for hanging out here this afternoon. We are following the breaking news story from Fort Lauderdale. Of course, Governor Rick Scott of Florida speaking just about 20 minutes ago. No new information really coming out of this. If you're just joining us, 5 people killed, 8 others shot by a gunman in the Fort Lauderdale airport in the baggage claim area. Reportedly, he had a gun in his checked luggage, claimed his bag, went into a bathroom, loaded the gun, came out shooting fairly indiscriminately. Killed 5 people, wounded 8 others. Still a fluid situation. FBI still on the scene investigating. Still a lot of passengers stuck on the tarmac of the airport. Some in terminals being questioned, being actually patted down because of concerns there might be another shooter on the scene, but that hasn't been confirmed. And there's obviously no motive announced about this yet. We do know that the gunman was honorably discharged 4 months ago from Fort Greeley, Arkansas. That information just coming out. We'll continue to follow the story throughout the night and the weekend. NewsRadio 1370, now 92.9 FM, as well as on our website, WSPD.com. I'm about to post a couple of memories as I dig through our archives after the show ends to find some of the visits we've had with Emily Voss here on the show. Just announced Emily Voss, the evening anchor at WTOL 11, our news gathering partner, and Fox 36, is leaving us. Who's leaving me? She's been about 5 years at the station and has not announced where she's going yet, but has been anchoring since our other friend Chris Peterson left. We should have asked Jordan. He didn't seem to indicate that he knew anything. He may have walked in surprised when he left our show earlier today, too. I sent Emily a text message a few minutes ago. I don't know if she'll come on with us before 6 or not.
Like how he suddenly slides in there that he's got her digits.
Married. And I wouldn't have a chance either way.
It's very subtle.
Yeah.
I texted her. I got her number.
I know people. I slid into her DMs. My buddy Andy Taylor, host of radio, is joining us right now. He's also Facebook Living.
Yes.
Our conversation, if you want to go to my Facebook page and the WSPD page. Or, Andy, what is your... Is it Tech Talk Radio on Facebook, too?
Yeah. It's, on Facebook, Tech Talkers is our group page for the show. And then, of course, Tech Talk Radio is just me, which, causes all kinds of problems.
All kinds of problems.
Yeah.
It's a big week for geeks like us, the Consumer Electronics Show.
Yeah, seriously. You know what? I was commenting to some of our viewers that I had gone last year to CES, and I was like, it was okay. They had some drones. They had, they were doing some stuff with virtual reality. But in the last year, we have seen so much come out with home automation and, using these voice assistants. It is just exploded with voice assistants at CES this year. It's enormous.
I vowed that I was not going to get an Alexa. I use Siri every once in a while on my phone and tablet, but I wound up getting the Amazon Echo, and it was a waste of $150. But I could see if I had a big house and automated how it would be cool. We got a guy who does our After the Bell segment who loves his 9 Amazon Echoes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where everything is headed. Is they're integrating voice technology into refrigerators, into trash compactors, into your oven and microwave. You're going to be able to control everything with Cortana or Siri or Alexa or Google Now, all of these voice services.
Don't forget Mark Zuckerberg's got his that he's been developing with the voice of Morgan Freeman. I mean, come on. I want to have it just to have Morgan Freeman speaking throughout the house.
That would be good, but I hate to be morbid, but he's on that waiting to die list.
Don't even go there.
Update his technology if there's anything new to add.
Yeah, you know what? I think there is going to be some massive growth with Alexa, and while we are kind of poo-pooing the whole idea, and you like me, I thought, oh, what is this? I'm going to get rid of this. I almost got OK Google, because Google is more of a learning, and we talked about this, I think, just a few weeks back. But I decided, okay, I'll give it one more chance. I'll hold on to it. And what I've seen now from CES, all the things that you can do with Amazon, because they're allowing it to be ported into third party, whether it be televisions, and you mentioned trash compactors, you're not kidding. There's a trash can that is on the market that you can actually control with your voice to say, open trash can, close trash can. You just can't take it out to the curb yet. But
how lazy are we that we can't use our foot to open the damn trash can?
Well, look at it this way. $199 for a trash can that you could tell to open up. $15 for one that you could just go and lift the lid. I think I'll go with the $15 one.
I know, right? I mean, if I had a lot of money, sure, I would do that. Why not?
But
I don't have that much money laying around to buy a $500 voice-activated trash can.
Yeah, you know what? It's keeping up with the Joneses is what it's all about. However, there are many things that are being shown at CES that are going to make our lives better, that are going to make them a little more enjoyable. But again, it does take away certain elements. Now, let me tell you about the one thing that everybody wants. And you better start saving your pennies now. This is going to be available in March. It's from LG. And I don't know if you've heard about this. It is the new W765 or the 77. 65 or 77-inch OLED television. It's about the size of a credit card, Scott. You can hang it on a wall, weighs 18 pounds. There's no components inside of it other than you've got this great, brilliant OLED screen. You're talking great resolution, and it's flush to the wall. It's amazing, people.
I know, it's so beautiful. How much is that thing going to set us back, you said?
They're anticipating the 65-inch would go for maybe about $10,000, $11,000, and the 77 could probably be in the $15,000 range. But as you have seen, and I have seen, the price of these high-end televisions, even I was in the store the other day, and some guy was buying a 4K TCL television. Now, TCL's a Chinese manufactured television. It was 4K. It was a 50-inch television. And I'm thinking, I've never heard of this manufacturer. How much is this thing going to be? I'm figuring going to be maybe $900. It was $450 for that television. I'm thinking, how could we even imagine getting 4K resolution on a $450 television that even had 120 hertz frame rate, which is what you want if you're going to go out and buy a television, a 1080p or even a 4K. You want that 120 hertz resolution. It's driven the cost down of some of those things that are making things look prettier, whether it be Blu-ray, a 4K. Now, Sony's going to have a 4K player as well, a 4K Blu-ray player, the whole bit. So, again, it brings the price down, and we see all this innovation. I think we're seeing more innovation this year than we saw last year because they're doing different things. Another thing, if you've wanted to watch virtual reality, because that's still out there, while many people have said, nah, it's okay. Now you're going to be able to actually strap on virtual reality headsets and watch a live broadcast. So while the host is watching a concert, etc., you're watching it live right along with them.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't have a VR glass yet, but I've seen some. But once that technology emerges, and it might wind up being like 3D. 3D television has essentially disappeared. I mean, there were hopes that 3D would be, for home theater or for sporting events. But can you imagine sporting events in 3D?
Oh yeah,
and you wouldn't need that 70-inch TV if you're wearing the headset on your head. It may not make for a good viewing party, but you would be immersed in the experience.
Imagine this: you could have been at that New Year's show and had Mariah Carey right there in front of you.
Throwing up inches away.
Isn't that great? Okay, here's a device, Scott, you have to have. I know I've seen your cats, all over Facebook and Snap and everything else. You need the Shoover. Have you heard about this?
No, Is that anything like the one for the dogs, the ball that you can play with remotely?
Oh, yeah, no, that's cool. I like that thing. But the Shoover's even better, especially since you have cats. You strap on a pair of shoes, you walk around the house, and while you're walking around the house, you're vacuuming. What a great idea.
Wait, what?
You put on shoes, it's called the Shoover, and you walk around the house, and while you're walking around the house, you're vacuuming up the carpet. I think this is amazing. It's better than Roomba because you're powering it, so you're getting the exercise. You're wearing your Fitbit. You can see how many steps you're taking, and you're vacuuming the carpet at the same time. That's just amazing stuff.
I'm going to have to look that up. I don't know how that works. I don't walk around my apartment that much. If you could strap it onto the cat's feet, that would be something I would buy.
I think that's a mop. They're working on that as a mop.
Right.
All right. One other thing, too. There's a company out there called Scholar. I talked with the CEO, Lisa Tamayo, yesterday. Scholar makes a device if you have a cat or a small dog, and they'll eventually move up to larger ones. It's a collar that can go on that can help you keep track GPS-wise or know when your cat's eaten because, they'll lie to you. They'll make it seem like they haven't eaten.
Damn bastards.
Aren't they? They're terrible. But this way you can keep track of your cat. Comes with removable batteries. It even, say your cat's out in the backyard and, you want to look, but the cats they don't want to come to you. You can actually use your app on your mobile phone, and the apps are available now via Android or iPhone. That's a free app. You can use the app to actually light up that cat's collar. So you go, there's Fluffy over there, eating the bird or whatever he's doing. So that way you can keep an eye on your cats and dogs. They're making our lives better when it comes to our pets and our health. Again, you're finding these devices that are similar to Fitbit that will send out information if you suddenly have a heart attack or stroke, your blood pressure is dangerously high. You can actually have these devices notify emergency services so that they can come and take care of you. So while there's a silly side and a fun side, there's also a very serious side to this tech. The patent office actually...
Yeah, I've seen some devices that you can attach to your cell phone that will help prevent assaults or at least notify someone if you're being assaulted or in danger. So there are some nice personal security devices available.
Absolutely, and they're coming a long way with it. Now, at CES this year, as in previous years, the Eureka Hall is a place where a lot of people go. Some of these are not big companies, Scott. You might not even ever hear about some of these. But again, they go out there and they say, here's the product. We have the final look here. Now we're going to start a Kickstarter campaign. So in the month of January, February, we're probably going to see a lot of Kickstarter campaigns for a lot of technology that people can invest in. And either it's going to fly or it's going to sink. And that does happen. But there's some really great ideas. So CES in its 50th year, you got to congratulate the Consumer Technology Association for this, has brought 40 football fields and 160,000 people to Las Vegas to really see what the future holds. And again, it might be 6 months, might be March, like the TVs are going to be available, or it might be years down the line. But this stuff will eventually, hopefully, make it to market.
Whatever happened to 3D printing? That was going to be the big thing last year, too. And it's still around, but it doesn't seem to be reaching the consumer level as much as I expected it to.
It's really been a disappointment when it comes to 3D printing. Part of it is because of the complexity of what's required for it, the speed. It's just not there for a lot of people. Now, instead, HP has got a new system out that is giving you the ability to place a device on a kind of a scanner, and it looks like a drawing tablet. It will scan that device and then turn it into a 3D rendered object inside your computer. So for filmmakers, students, I wish I would have had this stuff when I was going through film school. This way they can create all kinds of neat little animations just by having an object and scan it that way. But as far as making the trinkets and doing stuff like that, it just is not there yet. And I say yet because I think 3D printing eventually will become, commonplace. But they've tried putting devices in Sam's, Costco's. You could go out and spend $1,000 and you could make, but you sit there for 30 minutes looking at something and it comes out with a little keychain. It's just, that's not good enough for people.
There's also some ridiculous items available at the CES, or at least on display. Like I saw a smart brush that will help you brush your hair better.
Yeah, because it has a microphone. It has a microphone in it. How great is that?
There's the Willow breast pump, the smart breast pump.
That's a good idea for moms. They want to pump, but they don't want to have to leave or anything. They're wearing it, and it's doing it while they're working. That's good. No?
I don't know. There are things that we really don't need to make smarter.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You like the health regimen. How about bikes? You like?
Yes, I love the health regimen, as you can tell.
Yeah. Okay, so Leco, Leco, has a smart bike out there that, again, will give you the ability to communicate to other bike riders. So if you live, somewhere where they have a lot of riders, the whole bit, it gives you turn-by-turn directions, navigation. I mean, really top-end bicycles for those that want to get into kind of the health kick for the new year.
Fantastic. Andy Taylor, Tech Talk Radio, techtalkradio.com. As always, enjoy talking to you, and some good, cool gadgets to share from the CES 50th anniversary.
Thank you, sir.
All right, love you, Andy. It's 5:50, The Scott Show. News Radio 1370 and now 92.9 FM.
WSPD Toledo weather now.
That's always fun. I love talking to Scott. Scott and I go way back. Way back. We're talking from morning radio when Scott was at SL100. And a funny story, and I don't know if I can tell I think I can tell the story. So we were staying at opposite hotels during the morning show boot camp. And I think we both got a little lit. We were younger then. And all I remember is he was walking this way, and I was walking the opposite way because we were going to our hotels. And I think I raised my hand to wave, "Hi, Scott!" And I think he did the same thing. And if I remember correctly, we both fell down on the ground. Great story. Anyway, be sure to tune in to Tech Talk Radio. We'll have the audio posted up tomorrow for the new show from CES. We talked to Slick, talked to Jim Barry, talked to Lisa Tamayo from Scholar. They make the device for small cats and dogs. Go Sun Stove. If you're thinking about cooking outside, you don't want to do it with power, you want to use the sun, you can do that. And HD Radio, it's not dead. New company owns them, but it's not dead. And Jeff Jury from HD Radio will be on the show again. That's all happening with the Tech Talk Radio show. It'll be up on the website tomorrow. You can listen on Indiana Talks, and you can listen on KGVY in Green Valley, Arizona, on KGVY AM or even FM.